ready, my asylum patients? Gothic Slenderman. You wouldn't believe what you just saw was actually part of a pilot for Code Lyoko. This was known as Garage Kids, the pilot for Code Lyoko. And I don't want to go into too much detail about this because I actually want to talk about the pilot in another video. But I'm just going to talk about what scared me in the pilot. The 3D animation. It freaked me the fuck out. Only because it was so old and awkward and whatnot. You weren't really expecting this, especially since you kind of knew about Code Lyoko in advance. Yes, the first season had very clunky 3D animation, but not like this, or even like Fisheye Ore here. It's Abomination from Hell! And I don't want to talk about the pilot too much, so let's just move on. Back then, I didn't really look at release dates for anything. I just looked at anything or played anything that happened to be out. That was until one thing got into my life. Ben 10. Ben 10 was the first thing I ever actually wanted to look for in the release dates and whatnot, and actually look forward to the day it came out. So, while it was preparing for its premiere back in 2005, I actually played the official Flash game Ben 10 Battle Ready, which I would show you footage, but it won't let me. For some fucking reason. God damn it, Ben! Anyway, there was a glitch, I think. It either was a glitch or the people don't know how to, fucking make sprites, because I think it had something to do with the sprite itself. I noticed Ben had taken some damage, and I made him walk down a certain area. I looked through his shirt, and it looked like Blocky Blood. That wasn't until I fucking found out that maybe, well, when you make sprites for certain games, you gotta make the background of that sprite transparent just so the rest of it doesn't end up like a big rectangle with an image inside. Well, I'm thinking they made it pure white and made the center of Ben's shirt that pure white. So when you took him down a certain area, it made him look like he was bleeding in this red carpety area, which I would show you, but once again, I don't have any gameplay footage, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it unless you played the game before. And you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe it was a glitch and you have no idea what I'm talking about. Who knows? Maybe it was just unfortunate. But I look like a dumbass because I don't have anything to show you. I love anime. Here's the little thing. Top 3 animes: Attack on Titan, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Fairy Tail. In case you guys didn't know that. But did you know that the first trailer for Fullmetal Alchemist, when it was coming to America for the first time, actually scared me and I didn't know what it was about? Well, the second part you might expect. It was a very young age, and Fullmetal Alchemist was just becoming an animated series. I think I saw the trailer on either Adult Swim or Cartoon Network, I can't remember, because they were iffy on what animes they were going to show on Toonami at that point in time, because Toonami was on Cartoon Network, but maybe they were showing a Fullmetal Alchemist exclusive on Adult Swim. You know what, I don't know. All I saw was the first trailer. And I kind of blocked out the rest after I got freaked out. So all I really saw, and you know what, yes, I know what actually was going on, but I'm going to talk to you about what I saw through my child eyes. These two boys lost their mother, and they decided to try and bring her back using super magic spells and whatnot. Yeah, that's legitimately what I thought it was. I didn't know it was something called alchemy. And then all of a sudden I saw one of the kids get vaporized. And then I got so freaked out that I just blocked out everything not to know that he got put into a suit of armor. And then I was just thinking to myself for the next few months, what if I get randomly vaporized? We get it, you vape. I actually had a dream once where it was like a little cloud that if it touched you, you would get vaporized. You see, I like to put them in creature-like forms because that way you could at least somewhat avoid it. Think about it. If it just randomly happened, it'd be out of anyone's control. But if it was a creature or human being that was causing it, you could at least avoid whatever the fuck was going on. Or at least try to. You would at least have a chance of survival. You know what I mean? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes, one of my favorite series from Cartoon Network, and I absolutely love it. And the reason it's not number 1 on this list is because it's only one thing that happens, and I still watch the series afterwards. Any episode that this one particular event happened. You see, it was the episode where Courage and his family got into a motel, and it was run by cockroaches. Eventually, Courage had to run upstairs and try to find his family. He didn't know what room they were in. So, he would constantly open doors. One of them, there was a girl inside a room all by herself playing the violin. Courage smiles, thinking that he's safe, and then all of a sudden she stops and... This one jump scare freaked me the fuck out. But I still watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, so it didn't freak me out too much. I just hated that one part. In fact, I loved the episode it was in. So whenever the episode would come on, I would watch it, wait for that jump scare to happen, quickly change the channel because the channel was right beside Nickelodeon, wait for a few seconds, and come right back after the jump scare was over. Yep. But here's the thing. I didn't know it was stop motion. I didn't even know what stop motion was. And I didn't even know stop motion could be put inside animation. So when I first saw it, I saw something different. Yeah, I look at it now, it's kind of goofy, but that's not what I saw. For some reason, as a kid, and this is why it's number 2, I didn't see that. For some reason, I saw eyes that were more realistic. No, not like hyper-realistic, but like more real than that at least. Bigger teeth, and sometimes even like more realistic flesh than claymation and blood coming out of it. For some reason, that's what I saw as a kid. It's really unusual. Or maybe I was just a psychopath. But hey, let's not pretend I'm not a psychopath now. Hello, children. Did you guys know that Ronald McDonald actually had his own short animated series, like 6 episodes long, called The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald? I actually had a few of the episodes, and I kind of liked a few of them. Yeah, imagine that. The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald was a decent series. As a kid, anyway. I haven't seen any of the episodes nowadays. But one episode called Birthday World freaked me the fuck out! What happened was that it was Ronald McDonald's birthday, and the Hamburglar didn't get Ronald McDonald a present, so he was upset. This guy came up and gave him a snow globe to say, "Come to my amusement park." So, Hamburglar takes everyone there and they get trapped inside. That's not the part that freaked me out, however. They get on some of the rides, and one roller coaster at the end turned them all into babies. Here, the fear started to settle in. Now, you're probably thinking,
it wouldn't be too scary if you got turned into a baby.
but think about this. Let's say you're like at the age of 25 and you get turned back to 3. Literally, 22 years of your life would be wasted. You would have to start all over. And yes, you would have the pre-existing knowledge, but imagine going to a new job, like, at your new age of 22. Like, let's say you had to stick at 3 and go all the way back up to, let's say, 22. You'd give someone your diploma, be like, you graduated at 2015. Because let's say 2015, you would turn back at 3. And they wouldn't know that you were changed back. Who would believe you besides people who were probably there? In fact, you would have to be raised all over again. And yeah, you might have pre-existing knowledge, but still, everything would be gone. But there's another thing that freaks me out about this. The guy that tried to kidnap them as babies. I didn't know pedophiles were a thing back then, but even then I was just all like, stranger danger! So yeah, the fear really started to settle in. Not just that, but they had nowhere to go. Imagine being in a place you knew nothing about, being chased by someone who knew all the nooks and crannies, and you were basically immobilized, like, let's say once again, turned into a kid. You're screwed, basically. And that's why it scared me so much that I tried to flush it down the toilet, but then I realized I couldn't because it was too damn big to even fit in the toilet, so I tried to throw it away. And I haven't seen it since. Yep, I was scared of The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald's Birthday World episode. You may find it's ridiculous, but I kind of explained myself, so...
Slender Man, I have come for my revenge. 6 years of torment will finally end. I have come for revenge. Beware, Gothic Slender Man, for I, not the banana ghost, and my magical banana magi. What is that?
Oh, this? It's, the Shirakawa. I got it back in Washington for $400. It was a half price sale, so its real price is $800. It's a legit, like, samurai sword in many ways. It's fucking badass. It's so badass that, like, hey, you want to put your fucking mouth in it and see how far it can go?
What?
Because let me just tell you something. 6 fucking years you've been bugging me during my favorite time of the year. Let me just tell you something. You were anywhere in this list, Nat. Anywhere. You know why? Because yes, you did scare me back in 2009. But you didn't scare me as much as these things. Think about it. You never scared me as much as Ronald McDonald's Birthday World episode. You didn't scare me as much as like a fucking t-shirt from Hot Topic. You are not a threat. Honestly, you're ridiculous looking. It's just the fact you're overly attached to me over the fact that I stole your house that you died in. Honestly, I don't care. Plus, I haven't been there in 3 years. I moved on. The fact that I fucking moved on, you should too. Why not go like bitch at those people for stealing your home? And you know what? I'm not fucking afraid of you. I never was for like the past, what? Yes, I've known you for 6 years, but let's say I haven't scared of you for like 4. You were intimidating for like 2 years. That's because I didn't have any balls. So you know what, Night the Banana Ghost? Piss off! Because honestly, you're not intimidating, and at this point, you're just fucking annoying, and I knew you'd be here. That's why I grabbed this fucking thing! So you better get the fuck out of here, or I'm gonna have to take fucking action, you butt mucker!
You.
Shit, mother, I say I'll meet her, reader. I told you he wouldn't be intimidated.
Silence. Gothic Slender Man, you will rue this day. Do not take this lightly, for no longer is this about my home. This is about revenge. I will return, Gothic Slender Man, for I am not the Banana Ghost, and you will pay. You will feel my potassium.